All right, Shalom. Before I get started, I want to start by saying, Call Halam La Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Bakakwadash. Double honor to my apostle, Elder Great Millstone, that taught me this truth and that rule well. And peace and salutation, you brothers out there that's pushing this word and our righteousness and sincerity to USA Shalom. It's the brother Amon from the GMS Charlotte Kent coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Bakakwadash. And this lesson, I'm going to pretty much get into the nuclear destruction that Yahweh Shemel Shah is about to bring upon this world, man, because the nuclear missiles are in the scriptures, man. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it. I'm going to start with Isaiah 54 and 16. And it reads, Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. And that's talking about the German scientists, man, because the Most High put the idea for those scientists to split the atom, and that's what therefore created the first atom bomb, which eventually evolved into what we have now, which are these intercontinental ballistic missiles, man, or ICBMs. All right, because those are what's going to usher in the destruction that he's going to bring upon America, man. So this is just showing you how the idea came forth, because the Most High tells you that he worked upon the minds of the kings, man, and he manufactured that they take place, because that's prophecy for these missiles to get created and ultimately used, man. All right. So the Lord said that he put the idea in the German scientist's mind, and now those nuclear missiles are pretty much, what all the nations are aiming to mount up on, because that's what's going to be the deciding factor on, the destruction, man, because these nuclear missiles are going to destroy everything once they take place. That's why they always say, that World War III is going to send the world back to the Stone Age, man, because when them nuclear missiles hit, man, the power and the destructive force behind it, man, is going to be great, man. It's going to totally, pretty much, set the world off balance, so to say, and that's why Yahweh Shah is going to take the rulership of the world back, man, and begin the kingdom of heaven, which is going to be you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, who are the real Israelites, man. That's what's going to usher in our kingdom that we've been so longing for, man. All right, this is 2 Peter 3 and 10, and it reads, But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that there are in shall be burnt up. And that's exactly what that's what we're anticipating from this nuclear war, man, because Russia, Syria, China, all these different countries don't have these nuclear missiles for nothing, man. They're gonna use them, and they know the damage it's gonna do here, man. Because when them nuclear missiles touch down, man, it's gonna literally melt, everything that's over here, man. Because this is going all the way back to atomic level, to where everything that's in this world is made up of elements. So when this fire touches down, man, it's gonna be the ultimate cleansing agent, cleaning up everything that Esau has defiled, man. So it says, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness? Because if we know us having the truth, man, that the Lord is about to come and nuke the whole world, man, pretty much all of Esau's rulership and in different nations, what manner of persons ought you to be in all holy, that word conversation goes to conduct, man. All right, how should you be holding yourself up in all in all holy conversation and godliness, man? All right. So if you knowing that the Lord is about to bring judgment upon this place, what mind state should you be in? Which is, getting yourself together and in the spirit, come back to your nationality, and ultimately seeking Yahweh Shem Yahushua for that refuge from what he's about to bring, man. That's what having wisdom is about, man, because you understand that the Lord is bringing great judgment, and if you have any type of wisdom, you would know that you don't want to be caught up in that judgment, man, because Yahweh Shem Yahushua is unleashing everything out the arsenal, because that's what he's having Esau do, man. So it's going to be things that you never seen before, but that the most spectacular thing he's going to do is going to use these missiles to destroy Babylon, man. All right, it says, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Because, like I said, when these missiles touch down, man, all right, they're gonna melt everything, just like how you saw in the movie Terminator 2, man. how that fire went and went through everything and melted everything until the elements that that made up that thing, man. Even the people, man. So that's gonna be the ultimate cleansing agent, man. All right, because Yahweh Shema Shah, that's what he's bringing when he comes back, man. Because in the end, we understand that Esau has to be he has to be brought down, but when the Lord does it, he's gonna do it in a manner that's so spectacular that word is gonna be remembered forever, man. Because the most the greatest thing that he's known for as of yet is how he flooded the whole earth, and you know pretty much how he brought the children of Israel out of Egypt. Those are his two main claim to fame, so to say, that the world will acknowledge, man. Aside from how he brought down Sodom and Gomorrah, but I digress. It says, this is Zechariah 14:12. It says, "And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem, their flesh." Yeah, because all these nations have fought against the Israelites, man. Mainly being you Edomites, man, who are our number one enemy. It says, "Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth." Right? Because when these missiles hit, man, all right, it's gonna melt. It's gonna melt everything on you. It's gonna melt you, man, to where it's just gonna be your spirit in that fire, and the Lord's gonna have that, have you feel that in your spirit to show you that this is the ultimate form of punishment, man. So he's gonna literally melt you where you stand, man. That's why it's so imperative that you get right with the Heavenly Father, man, because the Lord is bringing this judgment for the heathen, but He's also bringing it for you 2/3 too, man. So it's imperative that you receive this message, this warning, and you repent, man, because you don't want to find yourself in that position where you physically gonna feel yourself be melted, man, to the core, man. All right. Because when them nuclear missiles hit, man, the whole world's gonna know it, man. Because the scripture tell you how the world's gonna shake from to and fro like a drunkard, man. Because them nuclear missiles got that much power, and the Lord sending, 20,000 missiles, man. So that's a lot of missiles, man. I forget the exact number, but I believe it's either 20,000 or 20 million or 2 million. But I believe it's 20 million though. It says, "And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all the hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth from the vine, as a fallen fig from the tree." Right? Because when the nuclear missiles are shot, off by these different countries, man, they all gonna touch down on whatever target that the Most High has it set up, man. And whoever the wicked is in that vicinity is gonna be melted, man. It says, "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Adumia and upon the people of my curse to judgment." Right? Because this is really the end game, or the end card for Esau, man. This is his main judgment that the Lord's gonna use to take him out of power, man. Because Esau at one point used these nuclear missiles, to play the bully against the whole world, but now the whole world is stocking up on these missiles. So when the Lord shoots them off, it's gonna be from all these different countries that America, has tried to, rule over with an iron fist, man. It says, "The sword of the Lord." Because when it talks about how it's gonna be bathed in heaven, that's the missiles flying through the clouds, man. They're called intercontinental ballistic missiles, because the Lord has allowed these heathen to create missiles that can travel to America within less than 30 minutes, man. So this is one end of the world going to the other end of the world, showing you that when the scriptures talk about, the arrows and the Lord's sword and all that, it's talking about the missiles, man, showing you that these nukes are in the scriptures, because people get simple and hear us bring this out and be like, yo, where that in the scriptures? But you got to remember that this was written over thousands of years ago, man. So the vocabulary that we use now wasn't in back then. So the people had to use the best description that they had at that time, man. For it said, "The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord have a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea." Yeah, because America has a lot of blood it has to pay for, man. That's why Nahum 3 tells you that woe to the wicked city, man. It's full of blood. It's full of lies, man. because America pretty much was established off a sacrifice of you so-called Negro Latino Native Americans. That's why you were killed in the great numbers that you were, man. You know, different accounts in history, man. But that was America's inception. So that's gonna be the Lord, paying you back for that, because the scripture tell you that. Hey, matter of fact, that's righteous. That's righteous indignation with the Lord, man. Righteous payback. This is Numbers 35 and 33. It says, "So ye shall not pollute the land wherein you are, for blood is defiled the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it." Right. So these people don't understand that it's a toll that they're gonna have to pay, man. You know, they was going around just slaughtering the Israelites, as they still are, man. But they don't understand that that blood is required again, man. Because you Edomites have been so bloodthirsty where it's not even an official count of how many so-called Negro Latino Native Americans you killed since you came into power, man. So the only way America is going to be cleansed is by the blood of you murderers, you Edomites, man. So this is your judgment, man. And like I said, the Lord's going to do that by sending all these missiles over here, man. I'm gonna see if I can try to find that number. So bear with me real quick. I believe it's in Psalms. Maybe. Yep. Revelation 9 and 16. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. And I heard the number of them. Yeah, that's talking about the missiles, man. The army of the Most High, man. That's another name that he used for his armory, because not only is the Lord coming back with the nuclear missiles, man, he's also coming back with the chariots. But this particular scripture is talking about the missiles, man. He has 200,000 missiles prepared for Babylon, man. So that's showing you that the anger of the Lord, man, to where he's gonna let all these different countries, let off on America, man. But it's justly but it's justified though, man, because you Edomites have done a lot of wickedness, in the time that you've been in power, man. So everything the Lord's gonna do to you is gonna be totally justified, man. All right. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 29, and it reads, "Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the earth shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with great power and glory." Right, because you actually gonna see Yahweh's return, or Yahweh's return, when he cracks them clouds, man, because he's gonna come with that riding that fellowship, and it's gonna be so big that it's gonna cover up the whole sky, man, to where everybody on earth is gonna witness the Lord's magnificent return, man. It said that the whole earth is gonna mourn, because and then Yahweh say he's gonna take the crowns off of all the leaders' heads, man. And he's coming with the host of angels, which was gonna be riding the so-called UFOs, and at the same time as those missiles touching down, these chariots are gonna be zapping people with the powder with this laser beam that's gonna come out of them, just like they did in movies like War of the World and Independence Day, man. So these directors, man, get their ideas from the scriptures, because everything they make a movie about is actually in the scriptures, man. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 verse 6, and it reads, "Seeing it is a righteous thing with Yahweh Shah to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you," right? Because that's why the Lord told us to wait upon Him, because He said vengeance is His, man. Because at the end of the day, man, how He's gonna bring this devil down, it will be way more spectacular than we could ever do, man. Because you got dudes, trying to fight against Esau with his weapon, which is the sword, man. That was his blessing, man. So when the Lord brings this devil down, He's gonna do it in a fashion that Esau never imagined, man. Because when he does it, man, like I said, he's coming with the so-called UFOs, with the chariots of the Most High, man. He's gonna give his men, the elect, spiritual power, you know. He's gonna bring out Leviathan, man, and then like I say, our Lord Yahushua is gonna be getting down, man. So, all these different things that's the Lord's breaking out, man. That's gonna show you the power of the Most High, to where the whole world has no choice but to acknowledge Yahweh Shem Yahushua, as the true powers, man. It says that it's a righteous thing for the Lord to pay his back, man, because he's seen all the wickedness that he's doing to us, man. And us being his chosen seed, man. Hey, this pisses him off to see how our people are, and continually, being mistreated, man. We drink, the last drops out of that cup, man. We're getting our ass handed to us, man. So that's only right. The Lord, bring that tribulation back against Esau, man. So this is his judgment. That's why he's gonna go out so terribly, man. And the beautiful part about it, man, it's gonna be a quick judgment, man. Because he said the Babylon's gonna fall in one day, in 1 hour, man. So in 1 hour, this this illustrious plan that you put together for centuries, man, is gonna be destroyed in 1 hour, man. Your new world order, man. So you elites don't know what really coming for you, man. So that's why we go out there and tell you to live it up, man, because you Edomites, you just don't know how effed up you are, man. Verse 7, it says, and to you who are troubled, rest with us when the Lord Yahweh shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels, right? Because the elite, it's like the elect. We're not. He told us not to be troubled, man. He's going to save us out of that hell that he's going to bring upon here, man, when he delivers us up into those chariots, man. Because when you see movies like this is the end, or this is it, whatever that movie's called, man. You see the people getting so-called abducted in them UFOs, man. That's actually the deliverance of the elect, man. So these elites will put that in your face, but don't realize that that's the prize that we labor for, man. Verse 8, it says, in flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, that know not Yahweh, and that obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. That's what's showing you that not only Esau and the other heathen that's going to still be over here, man, but 2/3, a lot of you was going to take part in that fire too, man, because this is your judgment for rejecting Yahweh Shah. Ultimately, giving him up to the Romans back then, man, because the same rebellious people that's always been amongst Israel, going all the way back to when we was in Egypt, man. This is you've always been in that same spirit even until now. So that judgment is for you, because you refuse to repent and carry your cross and get refined now, man. So your refining period is gonna come when your spirit is left in that nuclear fire and you're being burnt, man. Because that's a serious judgment, man. The scripture tell you that in second Ezra 9 that hey, you're gonna learn death by pain, man. So this destruction is gonna be crazy, man. It's like it says, verse 9, who shall be punished with everlasting destruction from the presence of the Lord and from the glory of his power, right? Because like I said, you gonna remember, that you were warned, man, when the prophet that you came across the prophets, and we gave you warning of what Yahweh Shem Yahweh was about to bring, but you wanted to continue to be ignorant. You wanted to continue to scoff and mock or whatever. So that punishment that you're gonna get is gonna be a horrifying death, man. Worse than anything you could ever imagine, man. All right, because you think you getting shot up, or you getting beat to death, or you drowning, thinking any of those type of deaths are bad, man. You don't understand what Yahweh Shemel Shah is about to bring to you, man. This is why this word is so heavy, man. All right. That's why when scripture tell us, woe unto them that preach not the gospel, and we know how important it is to give the sheep the whole roll, man, and not to add or take away from the scripture. We understand that, hey, this is a grave judgment for misleading and destroying the sheep, man, especially when you're doing it, knowingly, man. All right. But that's what happened when you make a deal with the devil, man. Your fate is sealed alongside him, man. Though hand joined in hand, man. The wicked shall not go unpunished. So hey, you just getting what you sow, man. You reap what you sow. All right. Revelation 6:14, it says, and the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their place, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every freeman. Matter of fact, Salagi, the main point was 14. It says, "And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their place," right? Because when these missiles hit, man, all right, it's going to be destroying islands, and it's going to be making new islands, man, because the same way whenever Yahweh Shemel Shah, he broke up the world back at the time of Pangea, man. It's gonna be so much destruction out here that lands are gonna be destroyed and new lands are gonna form, man. So that's what that scripture is talking about, man. Because just like how you see, the different movies about when the missiles, whether it be the atomic missile or whatever it was, man, or atomic bomb, when it hits, you see that big mushroom cloud come up, man. That's the thing that the world's gonna see. When Babylon is destroyed, man. Okay, this is Psalms 91:5, and it reads, "Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday." Because we understand that these judgments are for the wicked, man. So he told us not to be afraid, because as long as we're, calling on the name of Yahweh Shema Shah, we continue to put our faith in him, he's gonna protect us from all those judgments that he's gonna bring in that day, man. It says, "1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh unto thee," because we're gonna witness a lot of death in that day. That's why the scripture tell you that it's gonna be a time like no other, no have never been on the earth, man. Because it's gonna be so bad out here that it's gonna eclipse the flood, man. It's gonna eclipse Sodom and Gomorrah, man. It's gonna eclipse, Egypt, the 70 AD, and the horrifying, the horrific events that happened during slavery. It's gonna be the worst time as no other, man. So he's letting us know that you're gonna see all these people die, but you're gonna be protected, man. It says, "Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, man." Because when we get beamed up in those chariots, we actually gonna see these nukes touch down and destroy America and all the wickedness that's inside of it, man. We're gonna witness it, man. That's one of the things that Yahweh Shem Shah said he rejoices in, as when a man sees the fall of his enemy, man. That's a humongous honor, man. It says, "Because thou hast made the Lord Yahweh Shem Shah, which is my refuge, even the most high, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways." So he's going to protect us, man. He's going to have the angels, protecting us and guiding us through that day. That's why the scripture tell you that we walk not by faith, but by sight, man. That's like it. We walk by faith, not by sight, man. It says, "They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against the stone," man. So we're going to be protected. It says, that was the point, Jump to second Esdras. Second Esdras chapter 13, verse 29. It says, "Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth." As like I said, the scriptures tell you in Wisdom of Solomon that the whole world's going to witness the deliverance, of the elect, man. They shall see the strangeness of his salvation, which is them which is the elect being beamed up in the chariots, man. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell upon the earth. One shall overtake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. Because it's gonna be, the time of tribulation where everybody's gonna be fighting each other, man. But when the Lord returns, man, they all gonna cease from fighting each other and try to fight the Lord, man. But then the Lord's gonna evaporate these dudes, man. Because it's gonna be, nation against nation. And ultimately, this is the righteous versus the wicked, man. So this is the powers of Yahweh Shem Shah going against the powers of Satan, man. So this is gonna be an all-out war that we're approaching, man. A spiritual war, man. So you're gonna see a lot of crazy things that you never would imagine will be happening, man. "And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, the sign shall happen which I showed thee before, and thou shalt see Saki, and then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending. Because that's why the angels, they told the men that were in Acts, when Yahushua is being translated, say, why marvelest thou, man? The same way that he's going up, he's gonna come back down, because he's gonna crack them clouds in them chariots, man. So the whole world's gonna see when he returns. He makes his grand return, man. That's why the scripture tell you, he's gonna come back in the fullness of his glory, man. Because he's not coming back as that same man that walked the earth 2,000 years ago, man. He's gonna come as that angelic force, man. That he's gonna be untouchable, man, invincible. All right. And he shall stand upon the top of Mount Zion, and Zion shall come and shall be showed unto them. Slaki, I skipped a couple of verses. Jumping back up to verse 33. And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle. They have one against another. And an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as thou sawest them, willing to come and to overcome him by fighting. And then shall he stand upon the top of Mount Zion. Yeah, because like I just said, man, all these nations are going to be fighting each other, man. All these heathen that's gathering over there in the Middle East, man. They're gonna stop their fighting and try to fight the Lord, man. But then, like I said, the Lord's gonna evaporate them, man, because he's gonna call out to his people. That's why it tells you in Revelation that he's gonna, in the Hebrew tongue, tell the elect, to come out of her, my people, lest you partake of her destruction. Roughly paraphrasing, So the elect's gonna get beamed up, and then he's gonna just lay waste to everything, man. These heathens are gonna try to fight back. That's why Trump is pushing this Space Force nonsense, whatever, because they truly intend to fight the Lord and the angels, man. Like I said, they're gonna lose terribly though, man. All right. It says, and Zion shall come and shall be showed unto all men, being prepared and builded, like if thou sawest the hill graven without hands, right? Because the letter gonna be we're gonna come out of them chariots with those same angelic body as Yahweh Shah, man, and we're gonna wreak havoc on the earth, man. It says, and this my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations, for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest, right? And that's talking about them laser beams that's gonna shoot out, like I said, like Independence Day, man. Just total evaporation, where the Lord's gonna be beating people to powder, like in War of the Worlds, man. All right. It says, and shall lay before them their evil thoughts, and be tormented, wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame, and shall destroy them without labor by the law, which is like unto me. Because like I said, when you find yourself in that fire being burnt, man, all that wickedness that you've done is gonna come to mind, and you're gonna ultimately realize that the man of the Lord that you mocked and you talk shit about, man, that you tried to kill and deliver up to Esau, man, we're telling you the truth, man. You talking about you Israelites, man. All right, and you're gonna be tormented in that fire, man. Like I said, your spirit is gonna feel that burn, man. All right. So that's a grave judgment. But like I said, that judgment is for the wicked. That's what the Lord told us, not to be afraid, man. All right. Matter of fact, this is Jeremiah 1:13, and it reads, and the word of the Lord came unto me the second time, saying, what seest thou? And I said, I see a seething pot, and the face thereof is towards the north. All right. Now, when you go into this word seething, it says filled with or characterized by intense but unexpressed anger of a crowd moving in a rapid or hectic way. And what's that talking about? It's talking about the chariots, man. I'm not like the chariots, the missiles, man. Because those missiles are going to actually have the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua in them. That anger, man. It says of a crowd moving in a rapid or hectic way, man, because he got all these 200,000 missiles all aimed at one place, and that place is America, man. That's what I said. And I see a seething pot, and the face there is toward the north. So he got all these missiles aimed at America. That's why you are constantly hearing, those threats about, North Korea and Russia and China, because they're ready to push the button on this place, man. And once they do, that's the end of Esau's rulership, man. So this is why this war is so heavy, man, because it's gonna be rough for the elect when we down here, man. But ultimately, this all is gonna bring the downfall of Esau, man. So things are gonna have to get ugly before they get good, man. All right. Second Ezra 4:48. So I stood and saw, and behold, and hot burning oven passed by before me, and it happened like when the flame was gone by. I looked, and behold, the smoke remained still. Because, hey, when these nuclear missiles, touch down and burn up America, man, that's all that's gonna be left of America is smoke, man. Because once those missiles hit, man, there's no more building up America. So these other nations are gonna look at America, and see that smoke from this place and know that was the anger of Yahweh Shem Shah that destroyed this place, man. And they're gonna sit in great fear because they're gonna understand that at that point that, hey, this is Yahweh Shem Shah that's running the show, man. And then they're gonna see the Israelites, put that rule back on the earth, man. Which in reality, that's what they spirits wanted, anyways, man. All right. This is Isaiah 5:9. It says, "For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire," right? Because, you know, uh, war, has advanced greatly, going back in history, man. Because back in history, you fought wars with swords and shields and spears, and you hear that noise, the metal clanking against each other and whatnot, man. But this fight, man, this war that's gonna be that's coming, man, is gonna be fought with nuclear missiles, man. So it's gonna be, burning and full of fire, because not only is America gonna get hit, man, there's gonna be various parts of the world that's gonna get hit with these nuclear missiles, because this whole world needs a cleansing, and that fire is a cleansing agent, man. Just like how the Lord flooded the earth, thousands of years ago, man. The same, just as water is a cleansing agent, so is fire, man. So the Lord's gonna use fire and burn mainly America, but also different parts of the world, man, where Esau is at, man. Certain Edomite, establishment, other where these heathen, are how they power bases at, man. So there's gonna be a lot of destruction that the Lord's gonna bring, that's gonna come, via these nuclear missiles, man. So this is proof to you that we're not making this up when you hear us on the highways and byways talking about this World War III, man, because it's biblical, man. It's in the scriptures. This is the only book that prophesies, what's really going on in the world, man. A World War III is inevitable, man. There's no getting away from it. These nations didn't build these nukes and still, funding money for these nukes just to have them on show, man, to put in a museum. Nah, man, they're going to use every single one, man, These he's going to empty the clip on Esau, man, and that's going to be the end of it, man, Like I said, in one day, man, in 1 hour, man, you devils are going to go from riches to rags, man, and Israel is going to go from rags to riches, man. We're going to get on top again. And the beautiful thing about this, man, is that this nuclear missiles, or these nuclear missiles are going to bring down Esau to where he's never going to rise again, man. This is it for Esau, man. That's why he's going so hard with this, this demonization and whatever attacking method that he's using, man, because he knows this is it, man. All right. Just like Michael Jackson did when he did that last concert. So with that, I'm going to close this out. I pray you was edified. Until next time, I want to say, call halam like Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah Bashem, Makar Dash. Double honor to my apostle elders, a great millstone to taught me this truth, and that rule well. And peace and salutation to the elect. Shalom.